What is up, y'all? It's your boy, the Renegade Enigma, and we're doing another video. And in this video, I'm here to talk about how I feel about the Comic Pack 2 now that I got my mind clear about it and whatever. It's been a few days and whatever. And I got a little bit more information on it, man. And for those of you that don't know, Comic Pack 2 is future DLC for Mortal Kombat X and whatever. We can get more characters. One of them, well, I should say two of them, are like guest characters. One's the technicality because it's kind of confusing, and two are like characters within Mortal Kombat, but one you could kind of say is new within that too. Once I explain all this, for those of you that don't know. But yeah, first we have Raicho, which he debuted in Mortal Kombat Deception, if I'm not mistaken. Me personally, I'm totally fine with him in the game. He seemed really important for the story mode and whatever. Like he seemed really like cool with Raiden as good best friends or something like that. And yeah, I'll discuss like at the end of the video after I discuss all four characters why I think this is a good idea. As long like along with the rest of them or whatever. But yeah, you know, I think they're gonna change. And the problem I think people have with this character is he was so comical back then. Like first of all, he's the drunk. For Raicho, the Raicho is Spanish for drunk. You know what I mean? And he had the drunken style, and basically he would sit there and fart on you and throw up on you the whole time. Those were his primary moves and whatever. But yeah, I think they're gonna change it up a little bit, at least a little bit, make him a little bit more serious. Because like I said, he was like so serious to the story. Next we have a semi-new character called Triborg, which if you watch the trailer, this grayish ninja, which I thought was Smoke, picked up Sector's head and whatever and took it with him or whatever. What Triborg seems to be, from what I'm gathering by what everybody's saying, he's a combination of Sector, Smoke, and Cyrex, hence Tri 3, And I think it's gonna be one of three things where of course we have the variations, so like it could be as simple as one variation is gonna be Sector, the other one's gonna be Cyrex, and the other one's gonna be Smoke. But we could also get like little fusions here and there. Like one could have more so Smoke's moves, but it could have more combinations between Cyrex and Sector on it, and stuff like that. Something like Chameleon from back in the day. If you remember from Mortal Kombat 3 and Mortal Kombat. Was it Mortal Kombat 3? I think it was Mortal Kombat 3 and Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Or whatever. Right? Where it's like, he's like the cyborg ninja of him. But yeah, there's that Triborg, right? Then we have from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface or whatever. And I'm fine with him and whatever, like whatever, like they're trying to make more money and whatever. And truth be told, people who are upset with guest characters, you don't have to buy these characters, they're sold separately, and you don't want them, just don't spend money on them. Supposedly Freddy Krueger, which was in Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat 2011, Best Mortal Kombat, whatever you want to call it, he was the best-selling character in that whole game, like from DLC and whatever. But yet people had the nerve to complain about him or whatever, which I don't get. So people complaining must be in the minority. So like I said, you don't want them, don't get them, don't complain. But yeah, like I think his moves would be pretty decent. Like he had the chainsaw all along or whatever. Like just imagine his finishing moves or whatever. Like, cut you down in half or whatever, cut you down the other half. If I remember correctly in the movies, like the reason he was Leatherface is because like he would take pieces of people's faces and cut them up and make them laugh about them. So he could do something similar to what Shinnok did, where he would hit your face off with brutality and whatever and wear it. He could probably do something similar to that as far as the fatality and whatever. So it'll be pretty interesting or whatever. Mind you, I'm not a big fan of guest characters, but I'm okay with them. And if I didn't mention, I'm okay with Triborg too. people think that's a cop out, but you know what I mean, whatever, you know what I mean. It's pretty new to me, and like if this character has a future, you know what I mean, it'll be pretty good. Put him against Comedian, if Comedian's in Mortal Kombat 11 or whatever they're gonna call it. You know what I mean, that would be pretty interesting. And last but not least, the character that people have been most angry about, and again, like I said, you don't have to buy him, is the fusion of the xenomorph, you know, the alien from the Alien movies, Alien vs Predator, what have you. It's called a xenomorph. Xenomorph combined with Baraka. And there's a scene in there where the little alien pops out the Baraka's chest and whatever. Then all of a sudden, towards the end of it, you see the alien pop out, and then he has the Takaten blades. You know, Takaten is his race. So, you know, man, people have a problem with that. Again, saying it's a cop out, you know, and they just should have put Baraka in it. But you remember, Baraka died in the story mode, so, and I understand death is not really like a big thing in Mortal Kombat, but you know what I mean? If he's gonna come back, he's gonna come back in the next game, or the game after that. He's not gonna come back in the same game that he died in, you know? So, you know what I mean? I don't get all the hate on whatever. Plus, you know what I mean? It would be really interesting or whatever, you know what I mean? You can get an X-ray move where the xenomorph like shoots out his mouth or whatever, because you know they have that little tiny mouth that pops out their actual mouth, and like you could like hit them with the Takaten blades or whatever, you know what I mean? Some weird combination like that, you know what I mean? So like it'll be a really interesting character to use, whatever. And again, you don't want him, don't buy him. I'm gonna repeat myself a lot over this. Now, they're saying that there might be some story mode DLC to this, which if you watch the trailer, it seemed that there was a lot of footage in there that, of course, wasn't in the game. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Me personally, I'm totally fine with these characters in the game as long as there's some sort of explanation, like why is Smoke part of Triborg when he died. My guess is like maybe Lin Kuei, which is cybernetic by this point, found his body and like cybernized his body, and like they don't need his soul for it and whatever. You know what I mean? As for the xenomorph thing, maybe like after the scene where Devora killed Baraka or whatever, maybe like he got right back up and the little alien shut off his chest, you know what I mean? Something like that. You know what I mean? Little like tweaks like that, you know what I mean? Something to make you go back to story mode, you know what I mean? They're also saying they might do like other things, like what if type of stories and whatever, like what if Quan Chi didn't die, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And yeah, but so far so good, y'all. Like I'm totally fine with DLC or whatever. I hope to see like the characters develop real soon and whatever, get some footage on them or whatever. See like how they work in gameplay and whatever. And yeah, you know what I mean, that's my 2 cents, you know what I mean. Comment down below, tell me what y'all think. You know what I mean, if you like this video, you know what I mean, like it. You know what I mean? Share with your friends. You know what I mean? Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And until next time, y'all. Peace.